Welcome, everybody, to the Major League Baseball bet of the day on the Grueling Truth Sports Network. I'm Mike Goodpaster. We're going to look at opening day tomorrow. We're going to look at the game that I am most likely to bet. Doesn't always mean it's the best game to watch. And it obviously isn't, because we're going to look at the Pittsburgh Pirates against the Cincinnati Reds. Both teams lost 100 games last year. I think they were both 62 and 100. The Reds were actually favored by minus 130 in this game. And there's a lot of games to watch on opening day of the 2023 Major League Baseball season. And I'm going to be honest, this one probably is not going to be one of the most watched. But even a game between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds is worth betting on, right? Especially if you think you've got a winner. I think we've got a winner here today. So that's what we're going to focus on. It's a showdown between Mitch Keller and Hunter Green, two players who were one of the only bright spots for their respective teams last season. Let's dive into the odds for this game, and then I'll break down what I think is my best bet or my two best bets. All right. So when we look at the Pirates versus Reds, as I mentioned, Keller and Green, well, I don't know if anything was a bright spot for the Pirates or Reds, but Keller and Green are guys that are supposed to be bright spots for their respective teams last season. And it met with unpredictable results. It gives us an unpredictable opening day to look at. And when you look at these two, Keller had a terrible 21 for the Pirates. He racked up a 6.17 ERA in 23 starts. Then he took a massive step forward last season. Last season, he recorded a 3.91 ERA in 29 starts. He's still young, as he's about to turn 27, so I expect another year of progression from him, which makes this game good. Because the same thing can be said for 23-year-old Hunter Green, who I expect to progress this season even more, possibly, than Keller. He had a solid rookie campaign, recording a 4.44 ERA in 24 starts. If spring training is any indication, where he had a 3.1 ERA at 17.1 innings pitched, he will take another step towards becoming a bona fide ace for the Reds. Then, of course, in a few years, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Astros, or the Mets will pick him up, because the Reds won't be able to afford him, which is the issue with the Reds and the Pirates. You've got to build through the draft. You've got to build through a farm system, and that takes a while. You look at the Kansas City Royals. They've been rebuilding for 5 years. Just now seems like they may be on to something. So when we look at this game, there's the offenses also, and objectively, neither are going to be great this season. The two teams ranked 26th and 28th at OPS last season, and they didn't make any moves in the offseason to make me think they're going to see any huge improvements. Lack of money, no big moves. With the total set at 8.5 for their opening day matchup, that's one of my top two bets in this game. I'm going to go with the under, because I think Keller and Green are good pitchers. It's going to be a little chilly. That helps the pitchers. The over-under here is 8.5. So my top bet for the Reds Pirates is to take the under on the 8.5. And if you're going to bet the game straight up to win here, I think the Reds will win this game. They're at home. I think Green is a little bit better than Keller. So my top two bets for this game will be take the Cincinnati Reds to win, which right now is running between minus 120 and minus 130. And then bet the under for this game at 8.5. I think you're going to see a final score of like 3-2, 4-3, something in that area. So that's our bets. Reds to win the game, bet the under. We're going to try to do this every day during the week and the weekend, where we pick a game in a week. Today just had to be the Reds and the Pirates, which is our best bet. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Grueling Truth. Make sure you go like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button on YouTube, and also follow us on Facebook. BetMGM in the link, the description down below in the video, will give you what my highest recommended spot is to bet this opening day game between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. All right, guys, once again, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends